Hello, welcome to my channel Geography Ki Pathshala. I hope you all are doing well. So, in today's class, we are going to learn about human development, which is your fourth chapter of class 12 according to NCERT syllabus. So, today we will continue with the first part of our chapter. So, let's start with today's video class. So, as I told that today's chapter name is Human Development. So, while discussing with this chapter, you will come to know about two different words. One is about growth and the other one is development. So, these are the basic concepts which you need to clear in the very beginning of this chapter. So, see, I have written over here growth and development. Basically, in these two words, we are trying to say that it's a change over a period of time. But there is a difference between growth and development. Let's see what's the difference. So, in growth, we can see that it is quantitative in nature and growth can be both positive and negative. But while I am telling about the development, then you can see that it is qualitative in nature and it is always positive. Now let's take an example so that it will be very much easy for you to understand. Suppose if I say that in a country their population is quite high, that means I am saying that their population growth is quite high. But if in that same country, if I say that their standard of living is low, there is low rate of the literacy and the job opportunity that is also very low, that means I can't say that the country is developed because it is indicating that the country is less developed. That means here you can see the difference that when I am talking about the number, about the quantity, that means that is showing my growth. But when I am talking about the qualities, that is showing my development. I hope it is easy to understand now. So, as I told you that there are two types of growth, like one is positive growth and one is negative growth. Now, let's understand that what is positive growth and what is negative growth. See, over here I have taken an example that the name of institution is suppose A, and in year 2019 number of students, if I take just for an example, was like suppose 100, and now at present the number of students in 2021 it has become now 500. That means you can easily understand that the number of students it has increased than the previous time. So over here it is showing us the increasing rate, and that's why it is called positive growth. Now if I consider the second condition, which is negative growth, if I take the institution, the same institution, suppose A, and with the same year, if I say that in 2019 the number of students, suppose there was number of students 100, and now at present in 2021 the number of students has become now 40. That means you can easily understand that it is showing the decreasing amount of students over the passage of time. So while it is denoting the decreasing rate, that means you will understand it as a negative growth. For many decades, it was believed that the country's level of development, it only depends on the economic growth of that country. Means the bigger the economy, the more developed is the country. It was the previous concept. But later on, Mehboob ul Haq and Amartya Sen, they mentioned that quality of life that people enjoy, the opportunity they have and the freedom that they get, these are also the measures of the development of that country. Now let's see that the word human development, or rather you can say the concept human development, it was introduced by whom? See, over here I have mentioned that human development, this concept was introduced by Dr. Mehboob ul Haq, and according to him, human development indicates the development as it enlarges people's choice and improves their lives. Goal of development, if I say, then what do I mean by that? That it is to create conditions where people can live their meaningful lives. So what do we mean by meaningful life? Meaningful life means that to be healthy, free to achieve our goal, able to gain knowledge, and also able to live a decent life. Now let's understand one fact, that if people don't have their capabilities, their freedom, then their choices will also be limited, or you can say that their choices will be restricted. Let's understand this through an example. That over here I have mentioned about two schools, which is school A and school B, and I have mentioned about two children, one who is rich and the other one who is poor. So if I mention the factors of the school or the facilities which the schools are providing, you can see that in school A I have mentioned that their fee structure is high. They are not providing any kind of midday meal facilities, and they are not also providing any kind of free books, and etc. There are some other terms and conditions. Whereas on the other hand, in school B, you will see that the fee structure, it is low. They are providing midday meal facility, and they are also providing some kind of free books, and some other favorable conditions are also there. Now, as I told that the child who is coming from economically developed background, that rich child, he or she can make his or her choice for both the schools, because the factors are not considerable in that case. But on the other hand, if I talk about the poor child who is not that much developed from the economic background, if I talk, then for him or for her the choice is very much limited. He or she will never choose school A. Obviously, the child who is coming from the economically developed background, he or she will make his or her choice for school B, because these conditions are favorable for him or her. So you can easily understand from this example that how it is justifying the sentence which I mentioned previously, that if your capabilities and freedom is not there, then it is obvious to happen that your choices will be restricted or it will be limited. You can't make your choices open. So by this way I can say that I am ending my discussion over here, and the part 1 of this chapter, which is human development, is up to here. With the next class I will start with the next part of this chapter, and I hope that today's discussion is very much helpful to you, and at the same time it is easy to all of you to understand. And till then, stay safe, take care of yourself and also of your family, because we all know that the condition through which we are going, it's really very much adverse condition, and very much negativity is all around of us. So don't panic, be positive, stay safe, be aware and stay happy. Thank you.